Up next on OC News, police are on the hunt for a young man who revealed himself to students studying at the Pollock Library.
We'll have a wrap-up on the first Democratic presidential debate, who surprised us and who's cleaning up the mess.
Look for some relief from the hot and humid weather we're experiencing. And Halloween favorites arrive on campus just in time. Who doesn't love the quintessential horror film, Friday the 13th? Plus sports and health news. OC News starts right now. Welcome and thank you for joining us at OC News. I'm Jeffrey Barner.
And I'm Stephanie Mazariegos.
OC News is brought to you by the broadcast journalism students at Cal State Fullerton.
Police received a call last night about a person who exposed themselves to other students in the Pollock Library. With more on the story, we're going to send it over to Andrew Fortuna live on the scene.
Sad, confusing, and weird are the words that describe the mood outside CSUF's Pollock Library today, a day after an indecent exposure incident happened late last night at 10:36 p.m. when it was reported to CSUF campus police. The event occurred on the third floor of the Pollock Library, where a 19 to 21-year-old Asian man was sitting in a cubicle, then turned around, looked at everyone, and performed the act of indecent exposure to several individuals, including one in particular.
I think the punishment should definitely be, first off, they shouldn't be allowed on campus anymore, and if they are, they should have to go through the police of some sort. I don't necessarily think they should be arrested. Definitely a citation of some sort, especially because if you get caught, let's say for example you get caught peeing in public or something like that, you have to file as a sex offender, and I've heard about stuff like that, so definitely some sort of heavy just citation of some sort, I guess. I was kind of annoyed actually because this isn't the first time I've heard about this happening on campus, so it's kind of frustrating that it keeps happening again.
What would you have done in that situation if that happened?
Honestly, I probably would have cried, probably after, but at first I probably would have screamed and probably ran, not knowing what to do, just because I've never been in that kind of situation and I wouldn't really know how to handle it. Afterwards, I'd probably be really upset though that it happened to me.
I think it should not be done. It's a very bad thing, and the person for whom it was meant to be, I think it's very big. She must be very humiliated and all.
If you have any information on the event, or especially were a witness, please give them a call or stop by the police department. Their phone number is 657-278-2515. I'm Andrew Fortuna, back to you guys in the studio.
More than 45,000 pedestrians are killed by motor vehicles every year on the streets of America. This is even more than those who died in the wake of 9/11.
This pedestrian safety crisis is even more dire on college and school campuses. And with more on this, Mariana Gutierrez.
More than 4,500 pedestrians are killed by automobiles every year, and another 68,000 are injured when crossing the street, most of them being children, the elderly, and pedestrians being distracted by these. On the campus of Cal State Fullerton, the most utilized crosswalk is that between Langsdorff Hall and College Park. However, on the other side of the crosswalk is the 57 freeway, congesting both motor traffic and pedestrian traffic. Let's see how our students feel about taking this risky cross.
I don't think it's dangerous at all. I think if you just start walking and you don't aren't distracted by your phone, should be enough time to cross the street.
Have you ever anything while crossing the street yourself?
Yeah, I've seen cars crash, but that's just because people aren't looking when they drive. I think if you're not distracted, it shouldn't be a problem.
I don't think 20 seconds is enough time to get across, only because there are a lot of times students do walk slower than others. I mean, if you're in a rush, 20 seconds is sufficient enough, but if you're taking your time, then it really isn't. And it is a very dangerous street because I know a lot of times going home, I do see a lot of cars taking the red lights, and it's so scary for the students that are waiting to cross the street, and it's just it's kind of dangerous situation in which students should have more than enough time to get across, especially here around campus, and especially since we're right by the freeway. That is very scary. So I think at least 30 seconds should be enough, should be sufficient enough time, add more seconds, but I don't know, that's just based on this. I don't know who does the street walks or anything, but that's just in my opinion. I don't think it's enough time.
Make sure you take the necessary precautions when crossing the street. For OC News, I'm Mariana Gutierrez.
Tuesday night kicked off the Democratic debates, and there were more than some clear winners and also undeniable losers, with Hillary Clinton clearly the front-runner in this debate, showcasing her political experience. Her counterpart, Joe Biden, was no match. With more on the highs and lows of the debate, let's toss it over to Diane Gallagher with more.
The highs.
That the American people are sick and tired of hearing about your damn emails.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
And lows.
Sure, what does that say about you that you're casting a vote for something you weren't really sure about?
I think you're being a little rough.
Of the Democrats' first debate are now behind them. But Tuesday night's Sin City showdown will likely have a lasting effect on 2016. The general consensus? It was a good debate. Even the Republicans seem to enjoy it.
I can tell you that I'm sitting here having debate envy. Because what we saw today was a master class on debating.
And Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders ran away with it.
Basically tonight, Hillary Clinton was Beyonce. She was flawless.
Of the three other guys, all polling at less than 1% nationally, experts say only Martin O'Malley came close to making a mark.
I think O'Malley helped himself. I don't know that he helped himself enough, but I think his constant drumbeat of, well, you like that policy? I did it in Maryland. You like that? I did it. I think that actually worked very well.
Several pundits predicted this was the beginning of the end of the road for Lincoln Chafee and Jim Webb. And some are even saying it could be the same for a particularly popular non-candidate.
And if I'm Biden, I don't see any way to get on the stage between Sanders' performance, certainly near the end, and Hillary Clinton's domination. I don't see a road in for Biden.
I would have to think that this would give him some pause.
Sources close to Biden say that Clinton's debate performance would have no impact on his decision to run for president. In Washington, Diane Gallagher reporting.
A magnitude 3.5 earthquake struck near Big Bear Lake early Wednesday morning. There was no reports of damages or injuries, but did leave a resident a little shaken. With the fear of the big ones in our mind, Cal State Fullerton is preparing students in case of an emergency. Here on campus, with more, we're going to send it over to Madison Salter.
That's right. Residents in Big Bear Lake this morning got quite the wake up with a 3.6 earthquake. Luckily, no one has been reported injured and everyone is doing okay. But are you ready for the next big quake? Well, luckily, right behind me, the Quake Cottage is helping students at Cal State Fullerton get ready for the next one. The Quake Cottage stimulates an 8.0 earthquake. That's right. That's quite a shake. Most of us have never experienced that in our life. If you want to check it out and see how it feels, come on out. They'll be here on Thursday as well. Back to you guys. I'm Madison Salter for OC News.
With Halloween right around the corner, Cal State Fullerton is celebrating with a throwback to good old slasher films right here on campus. We're going to toss it over to Esmeralda.
Horror fans, get ready for a very special Halloween presentation of the original 1980s Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th will always be synonyms with murder, mayhem, and madness. But this Thursday, the word legend will be added to that first because the film's director, that's right, Sean S. Cunningham, will be leaving a Q&A with CSUF students. Let's take a look. Sean Cunningham, the man behind the hockey mask and the Voorhees family, has received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the New York Horror Film Festival. The film mainly focuses on the fictional character Jason Voorhees, who's drowned as a boy at Camp Crystal Lake due to the negligence of the camp staff. Decades later, the lake is rumored to be cursed. Ooh, that's right, cursed, and is setting for a series of mass murders. This exclusive will take place at 7 p.m. Thursday at University Hall 252. Again, I'm Esmeralda Cisneros, and always make sure to use our hashtag OCNews on social media outlets. Right back to you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Esmeralda. When we come back, we will have updates on this week's weather and the latest health news. Just kidding.
All right, yeah. Well.
The men's rugby team hopes to make a statement. This study abroad program includes a 4-day trip to Rome.
Welcome to Cal State Fullerton Report.
As Titans, we stand tall, showing the way as a leading CSU and a top public university in the West. Titans support community, providing spaces for coming together that add depth to the human experience. Titans celebrate opportunity, holding high our achievement in making education accessible with tuition well below the national average. Titans welcome challenge, responding to the state's evolving workforce needs and driving economic development. Titans embrace diversity, knowing that our differing backgrounds and perspectives strengthen our students. Titans pursue innovation, creating a university that is an emerging national model for empowering students on their way to a degree. Titans, reach higher.
We've been suffering through this heat and humidity today, and it doesn't seem like there's an end in sight.
It doesn't feel like fall has arrived. We turn now to Emily. Do you have any relief ahead?
Well, let's check it out. Doesn't this look so beautiful? You can cuddle up next to your loved one, put on your snow boots. Well, not exactly here in California. This is only on the East Coast, but we are hoping for this fall weather soon. Let's check out what the forecast is for Fullerton, California today. So currently we're at an 87, so we're a little bit hot here, but we can still go to the beach. Also, low of 70 and 9-mile-per-hour winds, so not too bad. Humidity is at 52%, and the sun rose today at 6:56 a.m., and it's going to set at 6:19 p.m. Now let's go to our 5-day forecast. So today, like I said, it's going to be 88 degrees and a low tonight of 68. And then on to Thursday, tomorrow, it's going to be a high of 86 and a low of 66, so still a little bit warm. Friday, it's going to be an 85 with a low of 65, and Saturday also pretty close, 85 degrees again, and a low of 52. And then on Sunday, we're going to mix it up. We're going to have a little bit of rain, so you can strap on your rain boots then, and a low of 62. On to our national weather. It's a little bit warm all throughout the nation, as you can see, mainly through Los Angeles, and if we come up to Seattle, it gets a little bit cooler. All the way up to the top of the region, we have cooler temperatures, and to the farthest, Washington, D.C. is going to be a 62, and then all the way down, it's going to be 88 in Miami. So that's going to be our weather. Everybody in the country is pretty roasty, so we're all going to stick with it together. Thanks, guys.
Before the rain hits you, you should take a stroll over to the Arboretum here on the Cal State Fullerton campus and check out the beautiful scenery. With more on this, Sarah Roberts.
By far, one of the most beautiful places on the campus of California State University Fullerton is the Fullerton Arboretum. Today, we visit the Arboretum to talk about the native plant sale, classes, and events coming up this month.
When I think of the Fullerton Arboretum, exploring nature and a park-like setting come to mind. However, the Fullerton Arboretum has much more to offer. The Fullerton Arboretum is a go-to for new and experienced gardeners and nature lovers alike.
Hi, my name is Miguel Macias, and I'm the Education Program Manager here at the Fullerton Arboretum. We have ongoing classes, like for example yoga. We have yoga every day, yoga in the garden, and it's at 9 o'clock most Saturdays, actually every Saturday, and it's a great way to come and relax during the weekend. The setting is out in the garden. It could be anywhere, by the lake, under the trees, under the shades. It's really relaxing. And the other one is plant propagation. That one is every second Thursday of the month, and it's at 9 o'clock. In the class, you come in, and Brian will teach you from how to start planting your own seeds to propagating, getting stems or something, and getting plants growing. So you get to learn a lot. Let's start with October. We got a busy schedule. We have composting class on October 31st. We have Myth and Lore of Wolves. That's on October 20th, and you can register there, reserve a spot, or you can come the day of, just walk in.
For a full list of classes and events at the Fullerton Arboretum, please visit thefullertonarboretum.com. This is Sarah Roberts reporting for OC News.
Flu season rears its ugly head, but this season, Cal State Fullerton is fighting back with flu shots. Let's send it over to Sarah Roberts, who gives us the update on the fighting flu and all the other health news.
For raising the price of an AIDS and cancer drug, more than 5,000% is now facing an antitrust probe. The New York State Attorney General is looking into whether Turing Pharmaceuticals is trying to prevent generic versions of Daraprim from being produced. Daraprim is used to treat parasitic infections as well as patients with AIDS and cancer. Shortly after acquiring the rights to the drug, Turing raised its price from just $13 a tablet to $750 per pill. Generic drugs typically force companies to keep prices low. Turing recently pledged to lower the price of Daraprim after protest, but it has yet to do so. Dole recalls spinach in 13 states over salmonella. Dole Vegetables is recalling some cases of bagged spinach over health concerns of salmonella exposure. The possibly tainted grains were distributed in 13 states. No illnesses have been reported, but lab testing found evidence of salmonella in random samples of the product recalled. The bags of spinach salad are coated with an enjoy date by October 15th. Cal State Fullerton students can join the Fullerton Flu Fighters by getting your free flu shot at the annual flu clinic tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Central Quad. Students, please bring your student ID card. This event is hosted by the Student Health and Counseling Center and School of Nursing. Adrian is live on campus to tell us more.
I'm Adrian Hizon here at the Central Quad at Cal State Fullerton, where free flu shots are being given out. Although you won't be able to get any today because they're just wrapping up, you can stop by tomorrow at the same place between the hours of 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. Tree Hut is putting on the event. It has partnered with our Health and Counseling Center here at Cal State Fullerton. All flu shots are administered by RNs, and they are all students here at the nursing department. You can find out more information. There's a couple of booths posted around the campus, as well as one in front of the Humanities building. You can get a flyer, and it has symptoms of how to prevent flu shots and tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff. I'm Adrian Izan. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Adrian. Back to you, Jeff.
After the break, we'll talk sports and give an update on entertainment news.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It's what powers our journey to reach unimaginable heights. It fosters a sense of yearning to create, explore, and soar. It strengthens our will to climb to the top. It's the bedrock of our conviction that nothing's impossible. It transforms us and sets us free to thrive and build lives of purpose. Titan pride is at the heart of who we are.
Dodgers are tied up and heading into Game 5 against the Mets. And Lamar Odom is in critical conditions. With more, we're sending it over to Jasmine Sagan.
The NBA community is staying positive after last night's tragic news of Lamar Odom. Fans are refreshing their Twitter timeline and Instagram feed in hopes to hear good news about Lamar. He was reportedly found unconscious at a Nevada brothel. Dennis Hoff, owner of Love Ranch and other legal brothels in Nevada, stated that he picked up Odom from a home in Las Vegas on Saturday. Odom was happy and sleeping every night. To Hoff's knowledge, Odom had been taking herbal Viagra and had drunk part of a bottle of cognac since arriving. Hoff had no knowledge of any other drugs that have been abused by Odom. Odom was too tall to be airlifted in the helicopter, so he was driven by ambulance to Sunrise Hospital and Medical Center, where legally married wife Khloe Kardashian is now at. Alongside Khloe Kardashian, Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, and Kobe Bryant have been seen at Sunrise Hospital to support Odom. Love is being sent through Twitter and Instagram from fellow NBA players. Former Heat teammate Dwayne Wade showed his support on Twitter, tweeting, "I pray this morning for my brother. Dear God, he's one of the good ones. Please watch over him and listen to his heart speak. Hashtag prayers for Lamar." A source has said Khloe Kardashian will make any medical decisions for the former NBA star. Lamar's father is also at the hospital with Lamar's 2 children. Prayers are being made for him to wake up soon. Odom spent his best years of a career with the Lakers. He won 2 championship rings and NBA's 6th Man of the Year award in 2011. After playing for the Lakers for 7 years, in December of 2011, the Lakers attempted to trade him to New Orleans for Chris Paul. Odom eventually went to Dallas, but was out of the NBA 2 years later. Most recently, Odom played for the Los Angeles Clippers for the 2012 to 2013 season. In July of 2013, Odom became a free agent, but no NBA team signed him. In 2014, he signed with the Spanish team on a 2-month deal, but a month later returned to the United States because of a back injury. Later that April, he signed with the New York Knicks for the remaining of the season. As an incredible and well-respected NBA player, Lamar Odom surely is receiving love from fans across the nation that are turning to social media to comment on Odom and his critical condition. My prayers are with Lamar Odom and his family. And with news on the field, the Dodgers took a must-win game at Citi Field last night. Clayton Kershaw held the Mets to 1 run on 3 hits over 7 innings. Justin Turner had 2 RBIs, and Kenley Jansen worked a 4-out save as the Dodgers sent the National League Division Series back to Los Angeles for a showdown that will decide who moves on. Game 5 will be tomorrow, October 15th at 5 p.m. at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. Tune in next week for your latest on sports. I'm Jasmine Hagan. Jeff, back to you.
Rumors are circulating about a romance between the Big Bang Theory cast members.
And a Playboy might be taking out their most prized possessions. With more on entertainment news, we're going to send it over to Michelle Andrews.
Thanks, Stephanie. Hollywood is full of romance, breakups, and rumors. And with Kaylee Cuoco's and Ryan Sweeting's marriage coming to an end, there has been speculation of secret flings between the Big Bang Theory actress and her co-star, Johnny Galecki, as the reason why the marriage didn't last. After the divorce was made public, rumors were heightened and began circulating again last week that the two were rekindling their love, but Cuoco and Galecki took to Instagram to set the story straight. Cuoco posted a photo of them two together with a caption saying, "So sorry to disappoint, but no homewreckers or secret flings going on here." Galecki also posted a photo with a similar message saying, "No scandal, homewreckers, pregnancies here, y'all." The 29-year-old actress told E! that her and Galecki dated 5 years ago and that they ended well and now remain as good friends. Looks like the only romance between the two exists on set as Penny and Leonard. Although most celebrity and Hollywood rumors tend to be false, Playboy's news is true. Playboy's nude era is coming to an end due to the easy access of pornography on the internet. The magazine has decided that nudity has become passé and will no longer be publishing images of women bearing it all. With the new design beginning this spring, I guess we really will find out if the cliche, "I read it for the articles," is in true fact. Let's go to Jeannie Moss for more on the go-to Playboy phrase.
The jig is up. No more naked centerfolds like Miss May. Men reacted with mock dismay.
Because they're passé. Playboy will stop publishing nude photos.
Who needs to buy a sealed magazine?
But it's still in that plastic wrap.
When naked everything is a click away on the internet.
But it's not just nude pictures that will go away. Say goodbye to a beloved cliche.
Now, Jesse, I know that you read Playboy for the articles.
Well, I guess folks will find out if guys are really reading it for the articles.
I was one of the guys who got Playboy for the articles. That's right.
It is a cliche so associated with Playboy that it joined the bunny on a Zippo lighter. And when the no more naked photos news broke, the dam broke on that old joke.
So now you'll be able to say you really do read it just for the articles.
Exactly. I suppose that idea about how you only read it for the articles?
It just might be true.
It was endlessly repeated, even when the news was delivered via animation.
So the next time someone claims they read Playboy for the articles, you better believe it.
As one podcaster tweeted, "I'll just go ahead and read Playboy in the nude so the articles don't feel lonely." We've come to the end of our sad little tale. We've lost the inspiration for something that became a figure of speech, now that all those figures won't be naked. Jeannie Mo, CNN.
How many of you guys, we've only looked at it for the article?
New York.
And half the guys wouldn't respond because they're saying that.
It will be interesting to see how readers react to this non-nude news, and we will, I guess from there, uncover if the myth behind the articles is what makes it worth reading is true or not. Thanks, back to you guys.
We would love to have you join us on social media. You can find us on Facebook under OC News CSUF. We're also on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, all with OC News CSUF handles.
That's going to do it for us today at OC News. Have a terrific evening.